Hey Scott. So, quite a lot of stuff happened this week. To start off, I had three exams. All of them went decently well, I'd say. Scored basically an average of 85 on all of them. Not bad for a first exam, especially in classes that I don't really have that good of a proficiency in. I also had to read a 90-page Greek play this week, where the main joke was just the same reused toilet humor joke. This is an ancient Greek play that over millennia people worked to preserve. People chose to preserve this text. Yeah, other than the exams and that insanely mind-boggling play, there wasn't a lot of schoolwork to do this week. It was just a lot of studying for the exam. Then there was this involvement fair a couple days ago, and I applied to join both a accounting honor society, which is the best rated fraternity, not a frat, for business connections in all of the academic school for business. And also, I applied to join the business administration club. So they're the club that gives the tour of the business school. Speaking of which, I also started working out again after a 5-day hiatus. It also was my longest workout yet. Yeah, the last thing is the D&D club today. So we met. It was scheduled to start at 8 today as a sort of odd meeting time, like a one-off thing, where it was usually scheduled to be 6:30. Then at around like 6:05, I just happened to check Discord and it got moved back to 6:30. So I, in a panic, rushed out. Luckily, I was able to grab anything that I needed in my dorm. Then I rushed out and essentially ran across campus to get to the building. And then it was locked. Yeah, so that was fun. So afterwards, after more people from the club showed up, we moved to the library where we essentially just voted to start over, making either modified versions of our characters or just leveling them up one and adding a bit of a backstory. We didn't really do much. We just voted on a new campaign to start where we're essentially going to be fighting against a dragon cult. So that sounds fun. And then afterwards, we left about around 9 at night. So then a couple of us were just hanging out after talking about random stuff. And it was mostly D&D or video game related. Then one of the guys I was talking to, Alex, was just lost for words at what a cat person in the D&D universe was called, so I asked if he had heard of Dimension 20. And then at that very moment, someone happened to be just going by on a scooter, and he heard Dimension 20, inserted himself into the conversation, and he introduced himself. Then we ended up talking for a little over an hour. Then at about like 10:30, 10:45, a couple of us decided to head to dinner because it was super late and we hadn't eaten yet. And we met up with another member of our D&D party who wasn't able to make it that day. And we just ate, ended up being a little after 11 when we actually started eating. And then we talked for a good like hour after that about different like popular movies and some funny D&D stories that we had heard of or had happened to us. Then headed back. Now I'm here. That's the end of the week. To answer your question, I feel like invisibility is the much better superpower because flight can only get you up high. Invisibility, however, you can just get so much information on people without them even knowing you're there. Overall, though, invisibility just has so many more practical uses for just getting into places and just learning a ton of useful information. So, yeah, if you could only listen to four songs for the rest of your life, and sure, let's just say you were stranded on an island and you only could listen to four songs for the rest of your life, what would they be? Be very interested to know. Although I feel like I can guess what genre they'd all be. Look forward to hearing from you on Thursday. I'll see you then.